Welcome, fellow scholar. Let's brush the suffocating dust off these brittle ancient texts and step into the shadows of a truly dark, cautionary fable. Honestly, I'm relieved you joined me for this explainer. You really shouldn't study these kinds of things alone. Today we're taking on the weary but fascinated lens of a desert archaeologist uncovering forbidden demonic lore. And listen, we're not studying a spirit of fire or bloodshed today. No, this is something far more insidious. We're looking at the demon of buried secrets and dangerous returned memories. The source material hits us right away with this chilling narrative hook, and it sets the tone perfectly. Picture this: a desolate desert ruin completely bathed in the fading, bruised light of dusk. A freezing cold wind starts howling through the ancient, cracked stone. It's signaling the arrival of a dangerous diplomat from the sands. The text reads, "The camel arrived at dusk without rider, bell, or shadow before the broken gate of Mer Sechem." You can just feel the immediate sense of dread here, right? That feeling that whatever has crossed those vast empty dunes is bringing back something that was absolutely meant to stay buried forever. Now, gazing at this brittle, papyrus-like sigil, we're looking directly at the true nature of Uvall. You might also see him called Vual or Voval. In the dark hierarchy of the Ars Goetia, he's categorized as the 47th spirit. And as we unravel his folklore in this explainer, you're going to see exactly why his presence commands such a macabre fascination. He's a great duke of memory, operating deep within the hidden architecture of human relationships, distance, and time. As our dust-filled eyes scan over his traditional attributes, we see an entity that totally defies expectations. I mean, you'd think a demon of love and friendship would be infinitely less terrifying than a demon of war, but you would be gravely mistaken. He is a great and mighty duke, a mediator commanding 37 legions, and he rules over domains we usually consider positive, like love, friendship, and difficult reconciliation. But in the context of this occult archaeology, we really have to ask ourselves, what is the true hidden cost of a demon mending a broken heart? His unsettling nature is captured perfectly in his initial manifestation, which is the dromedary archetype. Think about it. A camel is a beast of the long roads and ancient trade routes. It perfectly symbolizes a grueling journey across scorching heat and dead silence. It's carrying this crushing, exhausting weight of buried burdens. So when Uvall appears, he brings with him the sheer endurance of grudges and affections that have somehow survived centuries in the dark. And you'll know this entity is near not by some monstrous roar, but by the sheer sensory dread he brings to a quiet room. His presence is always marked by a sudden, biting chill in the otherwise sweltering desert air. You'll literally hear the unnatural shifting of warm sand against cracked temple stone, maybe the faint, maddening ringing of distant bells, and then suddenly this suffocating, heavy scent of old perfume and decay. It's the overwhelming atmosphere of a tomb being unsealed, releasing the echoes of half-remembered names right into your mind. This sensory dread eventually bleeds right into the physical world. Just uncovering his message is a terrifying ritual in itself. It all starts when you discover fresh inscriptions violently cut into impossibly old, dust-covered walls. When you reach out to touch them, you can feel this unnatural, lingering warmth radiating from the deeply carved marks. As scholars, we tremble through the ritualistic translation of this fragmented, ancient tongue, only to slowly uncover a terrifying truth. The entity is offering a bound, corrupted reconciliation. Furthermore, the texts dictate that Uvall speaks in the Egyptian tongue, but imperfectly. And this broken speech, it's deeply intentional. It acts as a clear sign of his lost, ancient authority. Uvall represents memories recovered only through fragments. When he communicates, it's through half-translated words, damaged tablets, and the ghosts of broken vows. He forces us to confront the ancient sins and betrayals that just stubbornly refuse to disappear into the sands of time. But eventually, the lore tells us this majestic, unsettling animal form shifts. Right out from the shadow of the camel steps a human figure. He appears as a ceremonious, incredibly melancholy diplomat from some forgotten court. He's travel-worn, he's patient, and he is deeply observant. He doesn't rush, he simply waits until human pride collapses. And this regal human guise makes him an incredibly effective manipulator of the sands, perfectly suited to guide and deceive the proud and the vulnerable. Right here lies the true horror of his power, and really the absolute core of our fable. On one hand, we have the delicate promise of reconciliation, turning bitter enemies toward conversation and restoring a deeply missed companion. But contrasted sharply against this is the trap of forgotten sins. The chilling reality here is that this so-called healing acts is pure manipulation. To accept his gift of a restored friendship often means the essential protective personal memories of the original betrayal are violently and quietly erased from your mind. My friend, as scholars of the macabre analyzing these ancient sources together, we really must pause and ask ourselves a fundamental question. Is reconciliation always good? Is it true mercy to forgive a betrayal if the memory of that sin was literally stolen from your mind by a demon? Or does that peace simply become another, much darker form of control? It's a total philosophical nightmare wrapped up in the guise of a loving reunion. The ancient texts outline his use in all sorts of dark fables. We uncover tales like The Friend Returned Wrong, where a missing companion returns oddly kind but hollow, while the group's memories are slowly wiped away. Or The Treaty of Broken Names, where warring kings are manipulated into peace by this envoy with dust in his hair and gold in his eyes, but only after uncovering damning, long-buried ancestral secrets. He truly is the ultimate, sinister puppet master of the ruins. As we dissect his influence, it becomes starkly clear that his gifts are never, ever neutral. As an ancient mediator, he binds people to the ghosts of the past. These are relationships they really should have long outgrown. A healing friendship under his domain often viciously exposes the original betrayal. Love mutates into this inescapable, haunting obsession fueled by selfish longing, and any knowledge of the future he provides is hopelessly tainted by unresolved grief. It transcends time and morality in the most chilling way possible. Which brings us to the ultimate thesis of our cursed archaeology today. The central horror we unearth in these ruins is not bloodshed, it's not war, and it's not fiery damnation. The true horror is return. It's the agonizing realization that returning to a corrupted past slowly destroys exactly who we are today. The fable of Uvall teaches us a very stark, very cold truth. Absolutely not everything that is lost should be restored. So I'm going to leave you with this final, chilling thought from the dark sands. When this desert witness arrives at your broken gate and offers to return a lost love or a fractured friendship to you, what piece of yourself, what essential protective memory will you blindly trade away to forget the betrayal? Think on that. Thank you for joining me for this explainer, fellow scholar. Keep your texts close, and whatever you do, beware the warm wind from the ruins.